8:49 right now. For many of us who are in long-term relationships, we know every day being with your partner can sometimes get stale, boring, Well, in order to reignite the sparks in your relationship, matchmaker and dating coach Christie Nightingale, principal of Premier Match, has advice to offer with some tips on how to keep a relationship and marriage fresh. So welcome back, Christie. We love it when you're here.
Thank you.
All right, so we all hear that communication is like the key when it comes to a successful relationship. But is there such a thing as over-communicating? Can you overdo that?
I don't know about that. I just find that a lot of people tend to not communicate. They don't keep the communication flowing, and they think that their partner's a mind reader.
Yeah.
And then that passive-aggressive behavior starts kicking in, and it doesn't get
so
you
it's got to be a lot more than just, hey, how was your day, honey?
Well, exactly. Or if you start having that, you're moody and you're not really explaining what's wrong and such, and you think your partner's just going to be able to understand what your problems are.
Or you also say, compromise, but it's definitely, a must in any relationship. So how can you incorporate that in your relationship without making the person feel like, they're not being heard or represented?
Well, compromising is really key as far as making sure that, they are being heard as far as the things that they enjoy doing and what you enjoy. I mean, if you're a strong personality and your partner seems to be more of a passive type,
right.
I mean, you can't steamroll over them and make all the decisions. You want to keep the compromising flowing.
Well, it's funny you say steamroll, and, because a lot of times you forget about being considerate. You kind of take your partner for granted after you're comfortable, you've been together for so long, so you kind of forget the consideration part of it.
Oh, I mean, all of this is so common sense, right? But when you think about the daily lives of sharing your space with somebody, and a lot of consideration sometimes can be thrown by the wayside.
I know.
I mean, little things, leaving the toilet seat up, right? I mean, not putting the toothpaste cap on top, and just leaving your dishes everywhere. All these little things, they add up.
And it seems really formal sometimes when I thank my husband. It's like, thank you for doing that. But I'm like, hey, I really appreciate it. Thank you for going out of your way. So that's also important, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Next, complimenting each other. And instead of like saying, honey, how do I look in this dress? I mean, really compliment, right?
Well, we're so, in a long-term relationship, we tend to become stingy with positive compliments. We're so quick to judge and throw out negative comments about this, that, or the other. But when it comes to just saying positive things like, oh, you look really attractive today, or, I'm really proud of you, or just little things. It's just, we tend to forget to do this.
Yeah, because you appreciate it from everybody else, but from your partner, sometimes you're like, it gets lost in the whole thing. All right, you say it's really, really important to change things up, too.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, we can get into a monotonous rut of going to the same restaurants, doing the same things night after night after night. I mean, try to change it up. Try to, go to the theater. I know men hate this, right?
Yeah.
I know my husband does. But I mean, I really think that if you change it up, go to like a jazz venue. Do something different. It'll just spark your relationship and make it more...
it'll shake things up for you, too, You can't get bored. Thank you so much, Christie, as always, for those tips. For joining us from Premier Match on Living Single this morning. It is now 8:52. Ahead, we'll have a check of the day's top stories, including the hot dog hooker.